What food does your mom make better than anybody who has ever existed in the history of the universe? Gestures solemnly to my username. Hey, my more appropriately named sibling. Love really does make a difference in cooking. When my mom cooks, I really can taste the disdain and resentment. Gumbo. My mom made the absolute best gumbo, and I've spent the last 10 years trying to get it right because she never wrote down the recipe for me before she died, despite me practically begging her to do so. God, I miss her and her gumbo. My great-grandma was a renowned candy maker and wouldn't write down any of her recipes either. My recipes will die with me. I don't understand why people do that. Let us remember you and carry on your legacy, sad face. Leche flan. Even the stuff from the local Filipino bakery is spongy scrambled eggs compared to my mom's. Thick, smooth custard. No bubbles. Her secret ingredient is the tiniest splash of lemon extract. Sometimes she'll put a layer of flan on top of cassava cake, shredded cassava cooked with macapuno coconut. Lord, so good. My mother is from the Philippines. Her adobo is something magical and out of this world. When my wife is mad at me, she says the only reason she married into the family was so that she could eat my mom's adobo. Edit. I somehow forgot to mention her lumpia. Oh Lord, her lumpia is something I could eat several times my own bodyweight in. Edit 2. It's starting to sound like we need to have a Reddit-wide Filipino cook-off as soon as the pandemic ends. That way we can all win. Edit 3. I don't have her recipe, so I cannot give it out. I think my mother is trying to use it to ensnare wives for my remaining unmarried brothers. After all, who could turn down an invitation for lumpia and chill? Am I the only person who has a dad who cooks more than their mom? Best thing my mom ever made was the decision to let my dad cook. Last night's microwaved. I know, I just had it this morning. My mom makes hands down the absolute best lasagna ever, and she can almost perfectly recreate the rice, noodles, and steak from hibachi restaurants. This made me happy and sad. I married into a Ukrainian family, and my mother-in-law and wife make potato cheese pierogies for Christmas and Thanksgiving each year from scratch, and there's nothing like them. You think you like pierogies, and then you have a homemade one and suddenly you can hear colors. I love my mom, but real talk, she is a shitty cook. Edit. Oh God, so this is what "rip my inbox" is like. Edit 2. Good going Reddit. My top ever comment is criticizing my mom. What a good son I am. Flutterbro. Not my mom, but my grandma makes the best fried chicken ever. I won't eat any other fried chicken except for hers. BC all the others just disappoint me. Edit. I will ask my grandma for her fried chicken recipe and share it with everyone once I've gotten it. Edit 2. I got the recipe. You're gonna take your chicken, wash it and dry it, then cover it in a flour mixture of salt, fresh ground pepper, and paprika, shake off the excess. Then you're going to beat some eggs really well, this is important, dip the chicken into the egg, and then back into the flour mixture, shake off excess. Heat cooking oil Crisco on medium and add the chicken. You're going to turn the chicken every few minutes until it's golden brown. I recommend putting the finished chicken on a plate with paper towels to allow the excess oil to absorb before eating. I hope y'all like it. Crepes. Everything else she makes is trash. Someone should launch a show called Mom Food Showdown. Strudel with poppy seeds. I'm not a big fan of sweet food, but this I could eat every single day. Sticky toffee pudding. Could be something to do with the full pound of butter she uses, but who can say? Mac and cheese. My mom recently passed and this thread has me crying at my desk. A few months after she died, I thought I was doing better until I had the realization that I would never get to eat my favorite meal of hers again, which sent me into a tailspin. Call your mom and tell her you love her. My mom makes the best carrot cake in the universe. Hands down. It's her own recipe, hybridized from 2 different recipes she had long ago. It's like no other carrot cake I've ever had. I have it every year for my birthday. She has even shipped it to me unassembled, icing in a jar, cake layers wrapped in wax paper and foil when I lived far away. I estimate I've eaten this cake at least 50 to 60 times in my 43 years on the planet. Sometimes we make it for her birthday too, it's so good. Editing to add that she cooked and baked a ton all throughout my childhood, and still does a fair amount. Many other things she makes are great too, her meatloaf and her chicken and amp. Dumplings are on point, pumpkin pie is amazeballs. But if I had to pick one stellar winner, it is the cake of carrots. Edit. Okay, y'all filthy animals, the hunger for this recipe is real and I'm here for it. Let's say that anybody commenting up until 6:15 p.m. Eastern Time I will tag when I post the recipe on r_old_recipes. Otherwise, I will also update this post with the link and the stragglers can get there that way. Let there be cake. Son of Edit, the recipe is posted. Well, mostly posted. I am now going to type out the recipe in the comments. The handwritten cards my mom wrote out for me are in the photos, but they're a bit hard to read and then tackle tagging people. But here it is. https://www.reddit.com/r/old_recipes comments L5U6SX my_moms_carrot_cake_w_cream_cheese https://www.reddit.com/r/old_recipes/comments/l5u6sx/my_moms_carrot_cake_w_cream_cheese/closing Hit me up and let he know how it turns out if you try it. And I'm happy to help any novice bakers with questions, no matter how basic. Don't be intimidated, as some relative of mine said, if it's got good stuff in it, it's got to be good. Revenge of the Edit. There are still some commenters and some who PM'd me who I haven't sent the link to yet. I love you all. But I am now very tired and am going to bed. We'll holla back tomorrow yo. My mom's Korean. She makes a Korean oxtail soup called seolangtang. It's my favorite meal and I'd want it as my last meal if I had to pick. Edit. Honorable mention, haejanguk or hangover soup, is another favorite. Highly recommended. Edit again. For those who want the recipe, my mom never wrote it down, but this one uses the same method as her and tastes the same. https://www.mongchi.com/recipe/seolangtang. My mom is also Korean and we grew up in America and she made a real effort to cook both types of food. For Thanksgiving we'll sometimes have just an insane mishmash of foods we like with no rhyme or reason. Bulgogi and japchae with mashed potatoes and stuffing. My mom can make the single best roast potatoes I've ever had. That's nice, but I'm still a little sad that you've clearly never had my mum's roast potatoes. That's okay. Banana bread. I use the same recipe and it just isn't the same. Miss you mum x edit. Wow. Thanks for all the rewards guys. Totally unexpected for such a simple comment. Raising a glass to all the mum's cocktail. Maybe next time scoop your flour into the measuring cups and lightly level with the spoon by scraping, not packing down. If you scoop out of the bag you may be adding too much cause it packs it down in there. Just a thought. There are some things moms do that aren't in the recipe that make a big difference lol. Literally everything. Even toast. I think it's the love.